So, something that I believe in is that we get to choose our struggle, right? Your life is exactly as you've made it. And I mean, I don't exclude myself from that. Like, everything that's happened to me, the position I'm in right now is a direct result of every action I've taken up to this point. So, my end goal is basically moving out to the woods, because, this world is way too complicated for me. Like, boomers, I feel ya. Like, I mean, things are way too complicated. Like, I fuck up all the time just because, I don't know if it's just technology or but yeah, just so complicated, and like, it's hard to navigate. So, examples. So, I'm trying to close this bank account. I don't really have much money in it, and they charge me, like, every month they charge me a maintenance fee or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want that. Like, okay, let me shut it down and like put it in a different account. And so I called the first time. No offense to people who answer the phones for this company, but very hard to understand. You know what I mean? So I'm struggling there. Eventually, they like want some numbers off of my debit card. I'm like, oh crap, like I can't remember where it is. So I'm looking everywhere, hang up, looking everywhere for this thing for a couple days, can't find it. Order a new one. Comes in. I try to activate it. I still have not figured out how to activate that thing, because there's like some PIN number. Maybe I set it up a while ago, but I guess I don't remember it. Like, so I never activated the card. I tried so many different combinations of pins, and I'm like, I don't ever remember even setting up a pin. And okay, so I messed that up too. But I have the card, so I call again. I'm like, hey, I want to shut my account down. They're like, well, you've got some money in it. Like, we can't shut it down. You've got to transfer it. Okay. So here we are, like 3 months later, and the account's still open, and they're still charging me $5 a month to have it. I will shut it down. Mark my words. But good Lord, like, it's so complicated. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it at all. I'm like, can you just do what I want? Like, it's my fucking account, like, my money. Like, when I call you and say, hey, shut this bitch down, like, just do it. Like, but whatever. Okay, I'm sure there's like security reasons and all that, so I kind of get it, but man, this has been a thorn in my side. So the other thing that happened was, I was booking a hotel room for our Libertarian convention coming up in a few months, and called the number on the hotel. Turns out it wasn't the hotel. It's like some third-party server that matched, I don't know how, like, I clicked on the third party instead of the hotel. Like, it's hard to tell which is which. And the amount that they were going to charge me for staying in BFE for 2 nights, I was like, this can't be right. So I hung up, looked again, and I was like, oh yeah, like, that wasn't the hotel. And I almost paid it too. Like, so then I went to the actual hotel's website, booked the rooms, and it was like $100 less. I'm like, yo, these people were gonna charge me $100 for, doing the same, like, for just doing what I just did myself. Like, no easier. Like, they didn't make it any easier. Like, they were just gonna charge me $100, like, for no reason. And I'm like, man, they almost got me too, because like, it looked like the hotel's website. it's not really a scam. It's like a third-party service, but it's like not a service that anybody needs. Like, why have someone book a hotel for you when you can just do the exact same thing yourself, and it's no more difficult? So yeah, they almost got me out of $100. And then, okay, so that, I was like, man, I'm such a boomer right now, like almost getting sort of scammed out of $100. Like, I'm like, man, this is too complicated. It's too much. Then, a bank that I actually use was like, hey, you want to save $40 on this? And I was like, well, yes, I do. Sign up for this text message alert. I'm like, well, okay, this is my bank. Like, this is the bank I use. Like, sure, I'll sign up. Okay, I'm like, I signed up. They're like, oh, you already have it. And I'm like, okay, but sign up for text message alerts. You still get your $40. Okay. There's about 3 or 4 different things you had to click on. Eventually, it was like, you're all set. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I go back to the hotel website, pay for the hotel. And I was like, it didn't really look like it took any money off, but I'm like, fuck it. Like, I just pay for it. Paid for it. Then I'm like, as I'm looking through different emails and text messages, of course you get some after you enroll or sign up for stuff. They were like, here's your coupon code. I'm like, of course, like, it didn't just apply the coupon code. You had to like read through all this stuff, find it, copy and paste it, put it in the fucking thing, and then get your $40 off. And I was like, so I signed up for like all these text message alerts for no reason. But I fixed that. I just, hit stop and canceled them all because, I was like, well, I was going to do that anyway, not going to lie. But yeah, I was like, it was just, so many things you had to click on, and then apparently you had to read all the things, which I never do. And then from there, you got your coupon code, and then you copy and paste it, and then it was like, it's so complicated. And I mean, maybe this comes as second nature to some people, but not to me. Like, I am a humble truck driver who is not that smart, and this stuff does not come as second nature to me. And yeah, this all happened in the space of like, I don't know, a few weeks. Oh yeah, and then I was trying to pay for my my hazmat class, and I can't figure it out, like, because they said username, so I typed in like every username I had written down for my college class I'm taking. Didn't work. And I'm like, what in the world? So I called them, and they're like, oh, it's not it says username, but it's not a username, it's actually your student ID. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go back, and then I'm looking, where's my student ID? Can't find it anywhere. Like, looking in all my profile stuff. Call the college back. Like, hey, can't find my student ID number. Like, can you just stay on the phone with me while I struggle? They said sure, because they were nice. So yeah, they're like, okay, click on this, click on that, go over to the left hand corner, click on that, scroll down. Okay, you should see it right there. There it was. I'm like, hey, okay. So I typed it in, boom, worked. Thank you. But once again, it's like, just to take this one little online class, I think I have about 3 different usernames, a whole new email, 3 different passwords, PIN number, student ID number, and I'm just like, can we not? Like, does it have to be like this? Really? So, yeah, that's why my end goal, all these hours I'm putting in at work, sitting on my phone getting paid. This is a 10-minute video. I'm not wasting that much company time. And I wouldn't give a shit if I was. But, yeah, like, that's why, like, at the end goal is basically to get some land, and kind of move out to where I don't have to deal with all this stuff, like, and choosing my own struggle. You know, I would much rather deal with like cold, heat, tiredness, soreness, hard work. I can deal with that, uncomfortable temperatures inside and out. Like, I can deal with that all day long. But this constant confusion, it's rough, man. Boomers, I feel you. For all the fun that I make of boomers, like, I'm kind of starting to feel you. Like, give me 20 years, I'm gonna be so fucking lost, it's not even gonna be funny. So yep, it is what it is. I'm gonna choose my struggle, and I'll choose a physical struggle over this confusion any day.